So don't kill me when I tell you this, but my first introduction to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was actually Mighty Morphin 2010.
Hi, my name is Instead, I'm 17 years old. I am very simple.
Now, if you're one of those lucky people who doesn't know what Mighty Morphin 2010 is, you are very lucky, and I wish I was you. But I made a whole video about how during that 1 year of airing of no new Power Rangers seasons 2010, they did reruns of Mighty Morphin episodes on ABC Kids. And I loved watching it because I hadn't seen Mighty Morphin Power Rangers before. It wasn't like up on Netflix or anything, so I just had to watch the TV show like anybody else did back in the 90s, just with bad comic book effects. But I will say one of my favorite characters watching this show was definitely Billy, because Billy was something I can relate to, being a little nerd also when I was a kid, and seeing how Billy couldn't really fight. He was kind of the odd one out of the team, spoke a lot in techno babble. You know, I liked Billy, and I can understand why kids in the 90s also loved him so much, because they probably could relate to him too. So even though some people love Tommy and all his action, all his multiple Ranger forms, some of us over here really just liked Billy for what he meant as a character, as kind of a technician to the team as a whole, just being the brains of the operations. So when Billy left the show at the end of Zeo in 1996, it was all pretty confusing to the rest of us. And even though we've seen both Tommy and Jason come back to the show, no word of Billy. But this could change, because luckily enough, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is turning 30 this year. That is absolutely mad. And you know, a brand new series means another probably anniversary type episode where we could see a Mighty Morphin Ranger come back. They have done this every single time. And who better to bring back than Billy Cranston. So is it time for molecular transmutation once again, as we say hello to the original guy with the glasses? Yo, what's up everybody, it's Este here, and welcome back to another video, because today we'll be talking about how Billy Cranston, the original Blue Ranger, might just be returning for the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, and which could possibly be the last original classic Power Rangers formatted show ever, possibly. Now, a lot of you may be confused when I say that, so let me give you a quick rundown just so you know we're all caught up here. So Haim Saban was the original creator of Power Rangers and also owned the brand from 2010 up until 2018. But after the massive failure that was the 2017 Power Rangers movie, which I just did a amazing video about, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. So after that, Hasbro would buy the toy license first in 2018, and later on the whole franchise for over $500 million. And so yes, even though 2018 was spent, you know, just dropping Saban's Super Ninja Steel, they would later on make Power Rangers Beast Morphers, which kind of started as a Saban Brands production at first. Later Hasbro joined in, kind of co-production at the beginning. And this was our first sign of Hasbro trying to kind of unite the Power Rangers universe in a way. This series saw the return of multiple Ranger weapons in the Ranger Vault, and of course Vengex from Power Rangers RPM was the villain of Beast Morphers 2. Season 2 of the show also bought us the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back once again, with original leader Jason returning for the first time since Forever Red, along with the Dino Charge Rangers and the Dino Thunder Rangers. And that brought us to Hasbro's first ever full Power Rangers production, that of course being Power Rangers Dino Fury, which even though it didn't have that many crossovers with previous seasons, did have Mick from Ninja Steel returning. The Morphin Masters from the original Mighty Morphin and as well as the comics came here too. References to seasons like Operation Overdrive, and just so much love from all different types of Power Rangers. This is definitely the route that Hasbro is taking, that nostalgia based route, using old stuff and implementing it into a new universe. But some of you may remember in the summer of 2020, Illuminati reported that Power Rangers Dino Fury was meant to be the last Power Rangers season that would be using Super Sentai footage, which is what Power Rangers has been doing since the very beginning, making Dino Fury the last original Power Rangers formatted series. And you also know 2020 was the year of a big, you know, world-changing event. So that happened, and probably derailed those plans a little bit. So Hasbro gave themselves an additional year to rethink their plan of where it should go now, because they were working with Jonathan Entwistle to make a whole new universe of reboot movies, animated shows, teen-oriented shows, shows for kids, the whole 9 yards. And so instead of making Dino Fury one season, they made it two. They would air the first season on Nickelodeon, hence ending the Saban Brands contract with them that they extended in 2018. and releasing the second half of the show on Netflix, which has been the home of all the classic Power Ranger episodes before they took those out, just leaving Mighty Morphin, Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers, and Dino Fury. So now that they had 2 years of extra time, they need to film at least one more season of a regular Power Rangers format, just so Jonathan can be fully ready to unleash his new universe onto all of us. And luckily enough, this 30th anniversary season will air sometime in 2023, 30 years after the original Mighty Morphin. And if Power Rangers history has taught us anything, Rangers are going to come back. And every time they would bring someone back from the Mighty Morphin era of the show. And they've brought back Tommy a multiple amount of times. Jason was a brand new one. Rocky, Adam, but someone who is missing from that core was Billy, who was part of the original 5 members of the Mighty Morphin team. If this is your first time watching, by the way, hey, I'm Este. Nice to meet you. Join the E-Squad today, subscribe and ring the notification bell. And also, you know what? E-Squad comment of the day. We're bringing it back. We're bringing back the E-Squad comment of the day. Leave a funny comment down below, put E-Squad in it, and who knows? You'll be in a future video. I am Este. So my friends over at the Illuminati, which by the way, I make articles for them sometimes. Yeah, I be writing. Bryce had posted an article saying that they got some information coming in saying that David Yost, the original actor for Billy Cranston, will be returning in for a Power Rangers 30th anniversary season. And let me tell you, the fans were excited. Some naturally are a little bit skeptical. There has been multiple Illuminati haters since they posted that article that the Power Rangers original format was going to end. They could not believe that. They could not believe that the series could go off somewhere new. So a little of them are worried, but me personally, I'm excited because I love Billy and I would love to see him come back. And David Yost had said previously in interviews that he would definitely love to return as Billy, considering that there was a good script that did his character well, and that he wasn't really tossed to the side, being a prominent role in some sorts. Also, I have to mention this. Do not bother David Yost about this, because people are like, David should speak about this. David should make an official announcement, but he's probably under an NDA and can't discuss a single thing. You know that, right? Real quick, if you're enjoying this video, give this a like right now. 1,500 likes and Billy will come back for sure, 100%. Just know that I am in control of Power Rangers, so if you like this video, Billy will come back. Thank you. But seriously, I'm very excited to see Billy return. We haven't seen him since the end of Zeo in 1996. He originally had left the show just because was treated pretty bad by the crew, calling him some anti-LGBT slurs and everything. He was fed up with all that, and, you know, he wasn't getting enough love, even though he was from the beginning of the show. So he would leave the set one day and just never return. Billy kind of disappeared from Zeo. They brought him back as an old man, which was actually just a pretty cool story. At the end of Mighty Morphin Season 3, they all became kids and alien rangers. Billy grew himself up first with the regenerator. That's where the Aquitar Rangers would come in again, have a new regenerator. Doesn't work. Billy would actually go up to Aquitar with this new alien girl, Celestia. They would have this fountain of youth in Aquitar, and Billy would become young again, but he would also fall in love with Celestia and never go back to Earth, ever. He would stay with Celestia and fall in love. When I first saw that, I was like, damn, Billy a freak, because he liking aliens and whatnot, but don't knock it till you try it. I don't know. And seeing him go was very sad for Ranger fans, so I think this appearance could, you know, revive the character and, you know, tie up some old knots. Like, yes, we saw him return in Legendary Battle and in the Dino battle, but what happened between that? That's like 20 years of information we gotta find out. And the Illuminati would further state in this article that this would be the grand finale to the incarnation of the show that has been running since 1993. As you know, Hasbro is more than likely going to shift to this reboot, this whole new universe, leaving everything we know about the Power Rangers universe behind. But Bryce did say that season 30 will have multiple returning Rangers, and not just for one episode, not just all of them in one big battle, spread out throughout the season, which is good. Even though they don't have information on any of those actors at this time, I'm confident that we'll be seeing some more links pretty soon. To be honest, I like this idea. This is very Gokaiger-like, you know, spreading the veterans out throughout the season. Super Mega Force kind of did that. They had 2. They had like Casey and Jaden, and then everybody else was at the end of the season, basically. They like reused footage of Antonio singing. That's how bad it was. So people are thinking, if they're revisiting multiple past Rangers, could this mean that they're possibly adapting Zenkaiger? I would like to think so. The thing about Zenkaiger is that I think it's very Sentai-like. You know, same thing with Gokaiger, and it was a massive failure in the Super Mega Force side of things. So I'm a little worried. You can see why I'm anxious about this idea. But you know, the robots are based off, you know, mecha that were seen in Power Rangers. So at least for the basic team, it could work. However, back to this article though, because we have some more information from Power Rangers leaker Jinsaku, which, you know, Jinsaku has said information before about the possible new Power Rangers movie. I did a whole video about that as well. Basically stating that they will have additional suits to replace the Kikunoids, which were the people that were in those little robot suits, Zenkaiger. He also stated that the team will primarily consist of returning Rangers and will feature a new female Ranger. Now, of course, since these are rumors, take all of this with a grain of salt, perhaps, but, you know, Jinsaku has been right in some regards, and it checks out with what the Illuminati's also been finding out, too. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. What would your story of Billy be? Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Don Fuego. I'm also on Instagram, Don Fuego. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at, and of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.